Hello everyone, this is SunnyDusty here, and welcome to the next episode of Defiant Hearts. So let's go ahead and get right into the intro of all the cats that are going to be playing TideClan in this episode. So of course we have Monarch. She is the leader of TideClan. She is a she-cat. She is independent, defiant, selfish, and she has no smell, and she is an ex-ShadowClan cat. Okay, and now I'm going to show you all of the other cats in TideClan that are going to be in this episode. So we have Viperfang, charming, confident, snappy, violent, and protective. So this is Viperfang. Next we have Thistle, she, they, strange. She is TideClan's starless medicine cat. Viperfang is a multi-hunter of TideClan in the ocean and in the land. Next, we have Shurka of TideClan. She's strong, gentle, and nice. Next, we have Bonsai, fishy yet calm petty Tom, who is snotty and zones off a lot. That is little Bonsai there. So that is all of the cats that are going to be playing in TideClan. I really hope you guys enjoy this episode. Bye-bye! It wasn't long that Monarch gained her 6 lives from StarClan, and that Crackle, along with Pepper, sadly passed away. She did not know what it meant for the rogue and loners with Crackle dying, but she hoped they would get along now. Yet Thistle and Dusk of TideClan are still yet to be found. They disappeared after the battle on the beach. And HornetThistle is away from the clan for a little while, out exploring around and sort of getting his act together. It was very traumatizing to him that Monarch almost died. The clan was still deeply saddened by Pepper's passing, and yet it will never be the same again, even though she once hated Pepper. She was the clan's seer, and now there are none. She walks up to Cottonheart, who apparently helped them in the beach battle. Yet she wondered why Cottonheart is still in TideClan. Hello, Cottonheart, she mewed over to the River Clan cat. Cottonheart shifted his paws, soon standing to trot over to the shore, maybe to demand one last time, to Antlerstock to communicate. Then he saw Monarch and dipped his head. Good afternoon, Cottonheart said, pausing in his paw steps. There was something I was meaning to ask. Good afternoon to you too, and, of course, you may ask whatever you wish, she meowed to the River Clan cat, a smile on her face. She swatted Leafy. Leafy, there you are. How was your little adventure? You missed a lot. It's about the cat who just passed. Pepper was their name? Cottonheart lowered his hind half, giving a sympathetic smile. Whenever you are ready, we can set up a funeral. It was Viperfang's wish to host the funeral here. Good, watching the clans and stuff. What did I really miss, she meowed. Yes, I would like to do a funeral for Pepper. And what was your relation to Pepper of TideClan? And Leafy, let me speak to you about it later. Cottonheart dipped his head to Leafy. I fear you have missed quite a bit, possibly, Cottonheart murmured to Leafy. Cottonheart turns back to Monarch. I do not know. I never truly knew the cat well. It's all for Viperfang that I came to help out. I would like to do a funeral as soon as possible, but we have a gathering tonight. She got up and inhaled sharply. Right, Cottonheart stammered, raising his hind half immediately. Whenever you're ready, Cottonheart murmurs, shifting his paws once more. We can head out. Who would like to stay behind to protect the camp? Not me, snickered Leafy. She looked down at Bonsai. I could and watch over the kid, she said. Perfect, thank you, Shurka. We will be on our way. She finally arrived at the Fourtrees. She sat next to her clanmate. Duskstar, the leader of WindClan, surveyed the cats gathered below, their eyes narrowing as he spotted the loners. She noticed Cinderfang stepping up to the leaders. She wondered where Venomstar was, the leader of ShadowClan. She looked up towards the WindClan and RiverClan leader. The ThunderClan and ShadowClan leader were not here. Late, as always, I suppose, says Dripstar. In his place, we present Nettleleaf, our medicine cat, to take his place. We understand that is not traditional, but it is the best we have. Monarch then stepped up towards the leaders. Dripstar eyed Monarch, wondering what they wished for. I present myself, Monarch, the leader of a new clan, TideClan, to be represented next to you all this gathering. She walked up and came onto the rock. She was a leader now, and had 6 lives. TideClan, what is this? Led by a rogue no less. She looked over at the cats representing each clan. Yes, it is true. This is a clan accepted by StarClan, and I their leader. A new clan? This'll be interesting. This is not fair. She hears murmurs of the cats. Is that so? He murmurs yet again, with shock more than acceptance. Accepted by StarClan? If it was accepted by StarClan, Nellie found no reason to deny her, yet this was so unusual. A new clan? How come she never heard of it? How could she be sure that it was the truth? Accepted by StarClan? Are you harebrained? They would never accept someone like you to lead a clan, he hissed angrily. While TideClan is built upon cats who to you created havoc, but to us cats who are willing to rebuild and walk away from our shame and trauma. WindClan hasn't forgotten when you attacked us. He turned to the other cats. Do you really trust them not to attack the rest of you and drive you out too? I understand your concern, but I do not associate myself a part of the rogue and lunar cats of the barn anymore. TideClan, there are 5 clans now. It's 4 trees, not 5 trees. No, WindClan will not accept this new clan, he hissed. She was not taken aback by the leader's words. She understood why they would not accept them. I'm saying that they shouldn't be trusted, he growled. They are rogues. Who are they to know of StarClan? They have broken the warrior code before end, and they'll do it again. He shakes his head and turns to the Monarch. If you're truly leader, start this gathering off. He demands after the other cats. She stood up and let out a yowl to hush the cats of all clans, to signal that this meeting has begun. She looked around, noticing still whispers of cats who are still speaking. She huffed, yet it seemed she did not have authority yet over these cats, which is to be expected. They do not know her like the cats who are sitting next to her. Dripstar cleared his throat before speaking. Here at RiverClan, we shall formally welcome TideClan. He dipped his head. She cleared her throat. You all may be wondering why I'm up here, but I, Monarch, am the leader of a new clan, TideClan. I have traveled to the Moonstone, and StarClan gave me strength to lead this clan. WindClan will not accept this clan. They are not a real clan. They are lying. Mark my words, Duststar announced to the gathered cats below. Tawnyleaf wanted to accept TideClan. She did say so, but she knew Venomstar would never let TideClan stay. Monarch said. She traveled to the Moonstone. She wouldn't lie. Duskstar, we must show respect to StarClan's choice. How do you know that they are not lying? He growled at Dripstar. I doubt Monarch will lie about this. You may not believe we are a true clan, but we are. We do not have as many cats as you do, but we will build, she meows, yet winces at the leader's words. He nods at his fellow medicine cat. Exactly, StarClan always has what's in best for the clans. You know that StarClan has its limits. Is that why StarClan let WindClan be driven out? StarClan does not have power over what other cats do. Now sit down before you embarrass your clan. Duskstar, you must calm down, says Dripstar. Birchpaw, the representative of ThunderClan, nods. Tawnyleaf's eyes widened slightly at the words of the apprentice. As young as he was definitely right. Duskstar was a bit too loud. You may be wrong, you may be right, he continues, but as leader, you must keep your calm and know that StarClan has our best interests. This is important. I am shocked that none of you have any doubts about it. It is important to take action rather than just sitting down and doing nothing. He hissed at the others. And what would make you believe that TideClan is a real clan? She stood up to defy his words. He appreciates the she-cat's defiance and confidence, a subtle grin forming on his face. Monarch, any last words? This gathering must go on. Duststar, I get that you're angry because WindClan was driven out, but StarClan has accepted TideClan. Why would Monarch lie about this? What could she possibly gain from this? Well, he's back. For one thing, you could try making amends and help get WindClan's territory back. I can do that, but we must make amends with the cats at the barn. She coughed. I had a reason why we did as we did. If you can defend your clan, you can get your territory back too. He narrows his eyes. What reasons do you have to drive out and attack and try to murder my clanmates, to ambush my clan? He growled at Monarch. He ignored Dripstar. If he didn't keep his composure, he would have already clawed the she-cat. She took a deep breath. We did what we all did to survive. We were starving. Prey was scarce. We needed your territory to live, yet your cats were not helping us. We were all going to die. He turns to Duststar, his ears pinning back. Is this true? Your clan denied help of those whom needed it? This isn't fair. They should have got their own prey. She looks down and spots HornetThistle among the crowd. Looks like he came back from his adventures. Did you ever take a moment to think about how WCUE needed that prey too? He glared at Monarch. WCUE can't afford to give away territory. She meows over to Duskstar. Yes, I understand your words, yes. WCUE needed the prey as well, but do you know what it's like to be starved? The stomach takes over for the brain. She looked down and was annoyed by all the other cats speaking over them. Is that your excuse for killing my clanmates? Duskstar growled. Clan cats also know what it's like to be starved. We are wild cats, after all. If my assumptions and reasonings for it are correct, the driving out WCUE was a desperate attempt made for the sake of survival. This, I may understand myself. River Clan warriors have witnessed me hunting on their territory before it joined out of the need for prey. She took a deep breath and looked down towards the cats, unable to meet any of the leader's eyes. Duskstar narrowed his eyes. Does that make it right? He challenged. I request that we update all clans on our current territorial status and wellness of being and move on. I believe in TideClan myself. Duskstar, please sit down and allow us, again, to move on. She nodded over to Cottonheart. Cottonheart turned and padded off to the rock. WCUE and the rogues may discuss this, if they wish, in their own time after the gathering. She notices the cats bickering below them. Dripstar, would you like to start? Tawnyleaf offered, hoping the conversation about the rogues and WCUE would change quickly. Dripstar then turned towards the clearing. You're the one who's immature. You mock like a kid, she hears a cat saying. She yelled over the clearing. No fighting! StarClan will be displeased. No blood should be spilled. Suckleap, shall I go down there? He whispers. She wasn't able to focus. Too many cats meowing below them. Tawnyleaf flipped up the side, then back down at the cats fighting. I suggest we end the gathering. TideClan has been accepted by most clans, and StarClan wouldn't want us to fight. He lowered his ears again, trying to shut out the sound of constant meowing. As Heart's words, gathering is finished, says Suckleap of ThunderClan. I agree with you, Tawnyleaf. I think this gathering should be over. These cats have little to no respect for us currently. Clans, get in your groups. WCUE will be leaving, he growled. Goodbye. I hope you find peace with TideClan, she murmured a goodbye to the she-cat. Thank you. I hope ShadowClan runs into lots of prey this season. And with that, she walks down from the rock. She goes and finds her clanmates. She spots Thistle. Thistle? She meows. Fast up, he said to Thistle. What is going on? I haven't seen you since the beach battle. Leave it, Monarch, he interrupted. Scorch, if you must know, Thistle is of TideClan. She was stopped in her words. She's a rogue now, says Scorch. Oh, she meows, looking over at Thistle. Is this true? It is a pity how small TideClan is now. He flicked his tail for Thistle to follow. Ending the conversation, she shook her head. Yes, she meowed hesitantly. I gotta go now. Bye. She tilts her head to the side, catching on to the hesitance in her words. Tats of TideClan, she announces. Are we all ready to head back yet? She then spots Tawnyleaf talking to a ShadowClan cat. Leafy, are you coming? She meows. Yeah. She sighed. It was upsetting to her that WCUE did not accept her and that the rogues are still angered at her. But one day, she wanted them to know that she isn't angry at them anymore. She approached HornetThistle. Sad to see you're still alive, he growled, flexing his claws. HornetThistle, she says sternly to him. What is this? Nothing, milady, he says. Last time I checked, the gathering is over, she says to him with a little growl. They arrived at the beach. Monarch, he mumbled. Yes, she yawned. Can we talk? She nodded to him. Let's talk by the leader's den. They scampered onto the rock, which was where they slept. I wanted to ask, he said nervously, his paws scrapping against the rock below. She looked up and met HornetThistle's eyes. Are you mad at me? He mumbled, lowering his head. Of course not, silly, she meows to him and gets closer to him. I just don't want TideClan to be starting any more drama. I want an end to this bloodshed, don't you? She whimpers to him. I don't want any more drama. I just want to be with you, he smiled. And you can, HornetThistle. I'm right here waiting for you. She smiled up at him cutely. He purred, curling up next to her. I admit, HornetThistle, she says with confidence. I think what we have is more than just friends. She winces, but still smiles at him. She then lowered herself to cuddle him. I think so, too. He smiled at her, warmth, affection, and love brewing in his eyes. And I hope you are okay with that, because I am okay with it, she meows to him. Monarch, I have a confession, he mumbled. What is it? She meows to him happily. I'm in love with you, he confessed. She gasped at his words. Love! It was such a big word. HornetThistle, she says to him, looking at his face. I think I love you too, she meows to him, almost a whisper. He purred affectionately. So, what now? I don't think anything changes, right? I mean, we still lead this clan together. Well, I'm not sure. I've never been in love with any cat before, he mumbled. Neither have I, she laughed. What do cats do after they confess to love to each other? Is there something I'm missing? He chuckled, his signature grin returning. I don't know, HornetThistle. She smiles at him, but I'm gonna go check on everyone. She got up and stretched. He frowned as her warmth left him. Okay, he mumbled. Tawnyleaf asked if she can speak with Monarch. I wanted to tell you something, she said hesitantly. Go ahead, she meowed, sitting down for this and giving a grin to both cats. I realize TideClan is my home, and I'm gonna return. I'm sorry if I wasted your time, but I was just confused. And I'm deeply thankful for all you tried to help me. She dipped her head. Tawnyleaf, she meows to her. I'm sorry you felt confused. All I want is for you to be happy where you are. You are welcome to join TideClan, but be wary of them. They want war with us. And I would hate to see you fighting for them, she says, her eyes narrowing. I will, and I'll never forget how you helped me. I hope we can maybe stay in touch, she asked, not really too sure if it would be possible. If there is a way, then yes, we can do so, Tawnyleaf. Venomstar was the reason. If only they could bring him to reason, but he wouldn't listen. Her sister was doing well. I wish you well, Tawnyleaf, and I hope you can tell that leader to stop his plans, at least for a couple moons. I wish you the best, Monarch. She dipped her head in a final goodbye. I'll try, she promised. She dipped her head. It hurt to lose another TideClan cat. And Tawnyleaf, she called out to her. Since you have no more loyalty towards TideClan, I will not allow you to join TideClan ever again, even if you change your mind. And with that, she turned around and left. She sat in front of HornetThistle. It felt so weird just confessing to everything in front of him. She did not know what was going to happen next in the relationship. She sighed, looking out towards the water. Little do they know that there is a cat coming up behind them. Marbled, he grunted, eyeing the she suspiciously. She turned around and met MarbledKoi. HornetThistle, she huffed, glancing towards the rock where she had found Crackle. Koi flinched for a second before slightly shaking her head. Monarch. He got to his paws and came up next to Monarch. What do you want? He said to MarbledKoi. Last time she and MarbledKoi saw each other, it wasn't the prettiest of scenes. It was the beach paddle where Crackle had died. He glanced at Monarch, his paws shifting in the sand uncomfortably. What do you think? This war, it's gone on long enough, she said bluntly. MarbledKoi wasn't friendly, but she wasn't aggressive, just sad and upset. Indeed, it has too long, he surprisingly agreed. He shook his pelt as the rain started to pour. MarbledKoi, we want an end to this as much as you do, she meows to her, feeling sympathy towards her. Too many lives have been lost, too much bloodshed. He trailed off, flicking his paw to get the wet sand off. You don't understand how much I want to watch this beach be shedding blood of TideClan because of Crackle, but it won't happen. You two just wanted to be free. Koi pinned her ears and sat. Let us discuss the matter then, he said, approaching the sheep before taking a seat on the now damp sand, the rain still pouring. That is true. That is really all we wanted, was just to escape this, yet instead it followed us. Indeed, he said, giving a nod to Monarch in agreement. I got in the way when you were all leaving, and Crackle blamed you. But then you all killed him. Her voice cracked with raw emotion. I will have you know, I was not a part of that, he started. Crackle came and hunted us down. He wanted me and HornetThistle dead, and he was never going to stop this. She pleads to her. But I admit, I did not want to find him dead, she says. But despite some of his rash decisions, Crackle was a good cat, but ended up driving towards the wrong intentions, he sighed. The topic of death wasn't his shining spot. I know, she breathed, looking back up to them. He was going mad. I just wanted to get here in time before he took things too far. Then he was dead. It is okay, Marble. We understand. We lost one of our cats as well. I truly apologize. Any of this happened. We never wanted any bloodshed in the first place. I am so sorry. I wish this went a different way. I hate to see any cat die, and then the sorrow and grief that follows them. She nods in agreement to HornetThistle's words. My brother wanted this, didn't he? Hornet shook his head. Mental he is. You all don't deserve to be on the edge of death because I was having a bad day and got in your way. So I want this war to finally end, not because cats are dead, but because we decided and agreed. Do you? I would love to join Pause and create peace. We do not want the next generation fighting our war. She looked over to HornetThistle in agreement. Yes, we want this to end. I do not want more bloodshed than what has already been spilled on this land and others. He cracked a smile. He truly understood the she. He understood her perfectly. She felt hopeful and thankful that finally we will not have any more troubles with the rogues and loners, and that they understand us and are on our side again. Peace is the only option now. We must make a mature approach to this and stop acting like kids, he sighed. This drama was being dragged on far too long. Then this war is officially over. Thank you, she nodded with respect. Marble, he started. She dipped her head at the she. She looked over at HornetThistle in anticipation of his next words. This isn't just us fighting this war. There are other clans as well. We need this to all end. I can't control your brother, if that's what you mean. He's still after you. He's worse than what was going through Crackle's head. She looked down at her paws. You think? That cat's mental, he laughed. Venom Star won't stop. Even though Crackle may be gone, he will be rearing up to take the forest when they get more clan members again, she says, hopeless. I could try to talk to him, but he's not going to listen to me. I'll try, though. This war needs to be stopped, Koi said with seriousness, one way or another with Venom Star. But with his clan weakened, he may not attack for moons on end. I think we take another route, he smirked. What? She murmured suspiciously. She nodded at her. I would give it at least 12 moons until then, and until then, TideClan will rebuild as well. We get the rest of the clans on our side, and by our side, I mean the side of peace. So even if he tried, well, with the few warriors he has, he will have no allies, and no claw to turn to. We trap him in his own web, he smiled. MarbledKoi, you cannot forget, ShadowClan is not the only one here. You still have WindClan bothering you about the Moors, and that is the last thing we need right now. We need the clans on our side. She coughed. Well, your side, I mean. He chuckled at Monarch. Well, technically Duskstar still views me as a rogue, so I suppose I go both ways, she chuckled. The barn cats still need food. The barn itself wouldn't be enough, she sighed. But I could try to talk with Duskstar. Maybe we could split the territory. I saw the gathering was a mess, she shrugged. I have a proposal, says HornetThistle. There has to be a way. I mean, I'm sure there is a way where there can still be defined borders, yet some territory given to the rogues and loners. I say, we let WindClan back into their camp. The rogues and loners can hunt here till then. While we do that and let WindClan adjust, then you can speak to them about evenly splitting the land. Well, that's actually not a bad idea. You all are okay with it? Monarch, he said, waiting for the she's approval. As a fact, TideClan has very little members. We lost so many, and many has left TideClan to join others, so it is not like there isn't enough prey to go around, so I say sure, why not? Then that settles it. Let us put a stop to this drama. I mean, the barn has plenty of mouths to feed. Oh, also that reminds me, are Dusk and Thistle back here yet? I saw Thistle after the gathering, and Thistle said that they joined the barn cats, and I have yet to see Dusk. Okay, apparently some cat took them in as prisoners. I don't know who it was, but I can make sure if Dusk wants to go back, they can. What? He said, startled. Alright, and check on Thistle, because she seemed hesitant when I asked her if she joined you. I don't know, Hornet. It won't happen again. Barn cats aren't like that. I will though, Monarch. She nodded before getting up. Now, I should get back. The barn cats are waiting for me. And the sand is sticking in my fur. But then, suppose our discussion is over. I'm glad we came to peace. She nodded to her. May you have a safe journey back to the barn, she says, smiling at her. Farewell for now, Marbled, he dipped his head. Let us stop this for our future generations. Me too. You have a nice moon. Stay safe, she murmured, the words feeling weird on her tongue. For so long she hated them. She watched MarbledKoi pad off into the distance. He turned to Monarch, a pleasant smile rests on his face. I am so glad, HornetThistle. I hope this means an end to this drama for a while, and when TideClan strikes again, we will be ready, she says, confidently. We will. All of this will be stopped, and we can live happily. Together, me and you, he said, smiling down at the she. He got to his paws, resting his snout against her forehead. She let out a heavy breath. Like she was holding it all this time. It was over. This with the barn cats was finally over. I love you, Monarch. Never forget that, he whispered. I love you as well, HornetThistle, and may we be forever happy together. And with that, he gently pressed his pelt against hers, his head resting on top of hers. Monarch very slowly awoke. It was a new morning in TideClan, and she felt the warmth of HornetThistle next to her, sleeping soundly. It was so peaceful nowadays in the clan, and in the forest. She sat up, staring out into the sunrise, blinking slowly. It was blinding her vision a little. She couldn't help but think of these beautiful mornings of a new day. For the next generation of cats that roamed these shorelines, it would be peaceful for them. It would be so free, living lives without so much bloodshed, and yet maybe this was what they were fighting for this whole time, for it to be like this with the next cats. She sighed and looked out, knowing very well that TideClan had so much in store for them. And maybe even their kids too. She smiled at the thought as she looked at HornetThistle sleeping. Hornet was having the most beautiful dream about their future together, the growth of TideClan and what's to come. She could see it now, the future they had together, the strong clan that would be created from them, the fierce cats that tread the waters and prowl the sand. She sighs happily, her stomach grumbling. It was another day for TideClan, and moons more to come. Okay, everyone, that was it to this episode. I really hope you guys enjoy. Until next time, bye-bye!